welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do a story time. We decided to do a story time of kind of our engagement, our proposal, and just like leading up to our marriage and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This was before you.
You can't drink tea. No, you can't drink tea. So you can start off because you're the one that proposed.
So one of the things it was, I want to say, well, you reminded me of this first year thing. So we'll circle back to that.
We've talked about it in other videos that we talked about kind of the serious topics of a relationship pretty early on.
Yeah.
Like marriage, kids. We talked about all that kind of early on.
Yeah.
I just like I think you should get your deal breakers out of the way basically. And I mean, I think like in the beginning of us dating, we weren't necessarily thinking like that we were gonna marry each other, but there was a point pretty early on where we kind of did start dating with the intention that we knew that we had talked about marriage and things like that, right?
Yes, and essentially
I'm playing with my hair.
You want to get the hard questions out of the way. What I've noticed is we've noticed is that people don't like having some of these harder conversations. Thank you, like on what's necessary, because you are about to probably spend the rest of your life with this person, and you need to be able to get some of that out. My idea was since our 30-year anniversary was coming up, I figured to do it on the anniversary weekend in January. So I planned a trip. I planned a trip to one of our favorite spots in Philly, right? And we went through a time. I mean, Philly's still one of our favorite spots anyway to go, because it's so close. However, I just figured, like, let me just find a really nice spot to go to Philly. And you know what? It was, I forgot what exact place I was going to, but we had gone to a park, and it was a little bit past Christmas, so there were some Christmas decorations still up.
That's what's nice about our dating anniversary. It's in January, and it's early January, so all the Christmas stuff is usually still up, or they still have Christmas themed stuff. So whenever we've done special things, it has like that pretty backdrop, and for our engagement it worked perfectly, because we've actually went back to that park after we were engaged, like in the summer, and it's a beautiful park even in the summer. But during Christmas they have like that festival, and it's just extra beautiful. Right,
and like she just said, when I talk about the January anniversary, is our dating anniversary, not our wedding anniversary, right? So
I would never get married in the winter.
so basically, it was a nice night. It was a nice weekend. We drove out, I think, on Friday, and we just wanted to make a day of it. So Saturday, I forgot what we did during the day.
Obviously, guys, I didn't know that we were gonna get engaged. Like, there's some people who know, and there's some people who they just tell them, and they pick the ring with them. That wasn't it. I thought we were just going away for the weekend. I thought he would just surprise me with a general weekend trip for our anniversary.
Because in our relationship, we've surprised each other with various trips, or just like, let's go away this weekend.
Usually we do go away for our anniversary. Like, now that we're married, we normally don't go away anymore for our dating anniversary, because we do celebrate it, but we celebrate it very small. But we usually do go away for our wedding anniversary. That's usually one of our vacations during the year, even if it's just a weekend trip. So that's what I thought.
Right. So we went we spent some time during the day, and then I remember it was definitely after dinner
to the festival.
Yes.
We had like hot chocolate, and they have like, so this festival that they have, it's a really big park in Philadelphia, and it's like they have these bridges. It's really beautiful, and it's a really big park. They have like these bridges over water. It's kind of like Central Park in New York, but in Philadelphia, I guess. It's
and the way things just happened to like line up the way it did, like it wasn't as crowded,
which is surprising because the festival was still going on, but I guess because it was after Christmas. So it was like a Christmas theme, holiday theme, winter theme, I guess, festival. So they had like Christmas music, they had the lights still up, and they had like kiosks with like snacks and hot chocolate. So we went there and we got hot chocolate, and we walked around, and we walked over the bridges and the water, and like looking at the lights and stuff.
Right, and it came, I think it was like a little bit past 8 or 9. It was dark enough. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not really a fan of the let me make this proposal public so everybody can see, like, you know, like on the John
Neither am I.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm a fan of the intimate moment proposal.
So it was dark enough where you knew people were around, but not dark, but it was still light enough that, you know, I mean, it was, you knew there were people around, but not much.
We sat at like that bench all over the water, and it was more of a secluded, even though it had the beautiful backdrop and we were on the bridge in the water, it was kind of like a private spot within the public, so nobody was paying attention to us.
And then there was, and all, like, you know, people were walking around because they had, like, those lights by your feet, so that way you could see, at least in that respect. So basically, you know, we walked over to, so we walked over to the bridge, you know, after everything, and the bridge was overlooking the water, and in the distance, at that time, there was a Christmas tree, like, design light around, like, this really, really tall, I'm going to say pine tree in the distance, and then, but you had the frozen water there at the time, and it was really beautiful. And, you know, that's when I just decided to just pull out the ring and just ask her.
That's the only thing about having the intimate proposal with just the two of you. The only the only downside is that you don't have any pictures because there's no one to take them.
Exactly.
But not everything has to be documented, but it would be nice to have, like, pictures for us.
Yes.
But we don't, because I was going to say insert, but we don't have, like, those kind of pictures, but so yeah, but it was a very intimate moment, and I do like, me personally, I like intimate proposals better. I don't really like the super public, super big proposals. I think that proposing, just like the marriage, like they say, like, when you get married, like, yeah, have your wedding and celebrate, but they say, like, don't focus so much on the wedding, focus on the marriage. I think proposals are the same way. Like, you know, it should be beautiful, it should be nice, you should make it special, but the intention should be that you're asking someone to spend the rest of your life with them, and that it's a serious thing, and it should be special and beautiful, but it should also be intimate. That's just how I see it.
Definitely, you know, and I tried to make it, like, as special as I could. You know, I wanted to be, you know, something to always remember. And I feel like, you know, I tried to culminate, like, everything we did, like, our favorite place.
Yeah.
During an anniversary.
After we did that.
After all the dinners and stuff.
And we went to, like, this restaurant in Philadelphia that was really nice. And then we had the weekend still, so we celebrated. We had a hotel for the whole weekend after that. What are you doing to my earring, kid? This is why she can't pierce her ears early, because she will be obsessed. But yeah, we had the hotel for the whole weekend. We celebrated. We got champagne and, like, wine and stuff.
Oh, yes. Now I remember the steakhouse. Yes.
So yeah, afterwards, when we went to the steakhouse, like he said, we got to sit down and actually talk about marriage and that we were engaged now. And we really just enjoyed the rest of that night. And we were there for the whole weekend. So we had the room, and we had champagne sent to the room. I think, like, fruit or strawberries or something.
Yes.
Like a celebratory, you know, like when the concierge sends something to congratulate, and we were able to enjoy and relax and celebrate intimately with just each other. And then the next day, we got massages.
Yes, that was a totally well-deserved, you know. We wanted to make sure, like, really, like, okay, let's finish off the weekend, be nice and relaxed, and then just take a nice, like, drive home.
So the next day, right before we left, we got massages at the yes, Anna's in the background. The resort that we were staying at, not resort, but it was like a really nice hotel, had a spa in it, and so we got massages to celebrate and relax with each other, a couples massage. And what I really liked about it was that we made a weekend out of it. We've done that a lot for a lot of special moments in our relationship, and this was like that. And the reason I like that is because we were able to have those 2 days, that long moment with just each other, celebrating and having intimacy and really celebrating. She's just playing. Getting to talk to each other and getting to really, oh my goodness. getting to celebrate with just each other. And then on the drive home is when we called the family. Sam had already asked for my hand for my father. And you told my mom, right? Who did you tell before you?
So before I believe I talked to your mom first.
Yeah.
And then I went and spoke to your father. He already knew, like, cause
he already knew. He already knew.
Meaning like, your father knows I never go, hey, can I talk to you for a second? So he automatically like, oh, I know where this is going. Like, he had like this face, same as your grandma at the time. Like, they know, like,
grandma.
Not grandma, not from your mom's side, your dad's mom.
Oh, I didn't know she.
Like, cause I never ever asked to have a private conversation. So then, when I did that, they were like, oh, something's up. This never happens. Oh my god, like they already knew. And then him and I had like this exchange about how it was important.
But who else knew? Who else? My mom and my dad.
And
grandma.
Meaning his mom.
Yeah, I like that we had our moment, our weekend to really celebrate with each other, spend time with each other. And then when we were driving back, I called my mom and she was super excited. She already knew, but she didn't tell me, obviously. But she was super excited, and we called everybody. We told my friends, and then we had, my mom surprised us when we finally got back with a small dinner in our house, and we just had time to celebrate. And then I think it was like 2 weeks later that we had our engagement party.
Yeah, give or take, yes. About 2
Yeah,
weeks.
we didn't have like the traditional engagement party. We didn't have like a formal engagement. Like I've seen, like we didn't have that. We just picked up one of our favorite bars at the time in New York, and we got like a section of it. And we invited close friends and things, and we had a very small engagement party where we just enjoyed the night with our friends and celebrated, and it was nice. I liked our engagement party.
Well, I remember like, I forgot what we went and like devoured after the bar.
BBQs. It was
what was that?
Sticky wings. Yeah, that was the night.
That was one of them. That was the same night.
That was the same night.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the bar. We basically after that, we did that, and that was actually, it wasn't planned, but we went to BBQ for our first date. So.
Yeah, so that actually kind of lined up. Oh yeah, right across the street. Okay, done.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait, which one? The one that's over here? No. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I would recommend that for proposing. Like, don't look at what other people are doing and say, oh, I have to do this big public thing, or I have to, like, think about who you're marrying. If you're asking somebody to marry you who is more like, who likes the intimate vibes, whatever they like, focus the proposal on them. Don't worry about what other people are gonna think, that it wasn't big enough, it wasn't public enough. We've had people say things like, you didn't include the family, you didn't propose in front of the family. Listen. I didn't want a proposal in front of the family. I like the intimacy of, like I said, you're asking me to marry you, and we wanted to enjoy with our family, spend time with our family. We did have a party after, we did have a dinner after, we did include them, and obviously they came to the wedding. But in that moment, that's just how I am. It's about us. It's our engagement. So I'd rather it be our engagement.
And I get and what I like to do is, make things special, and sometimes those intimate moments matter the most.
Yeah, guys, so we just wanted to sit down and do a story time and kind of just relax and reminisce.
And let you know how, the events that led up to it, and just, like Justina already said, it's making your own, be upfront with one another, even in the beginning of your relationship, because the more upfront you are, the easier things will go out.
That's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. If you have any feedback, or even just you want to hear more stories about us or anything in our marriage.
Yeah, if you have a story time you want to hear. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next week.
Good night.